Spasmodic Dysphonia Association puts out, it's very persuasive because they say that with the fiber optic technology, they can pinpoint the exact location, and there is a scientific method of determining the dosage of these shots, and there's no leakage in surrounding tissues.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you're having trouble swallowing shows that it's affected her esophageal muscles,
mm-hmm.
which means there's infiltration of Botox into surrounding tissue.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that it's so localized that this is a purified protein, doesn't harm the person at all, is a very interesting idea.
They have a lot of interesting ideas. The problem is nobody knows the long-term downside effects on the body with Botox for the vocal cords. Nobody. And years ago there was prefrontal lobotomies. It was greatly encouraged by the medical community. It ended up 35 years after it was honored for the Nobel Prize with 50,000 vegetables, people who can't function, and it was dishonored. It wound up as a disgrace. Will that happen to Botox or the vocal cords? Now, you gave up after 3 Botox shots?
3 or 4, yeah.
No.
And I really didn't want to continue them. I would rather use a more natural choice.
Mm. Do you think this is more natural, direct voice rehabilitation?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What is it telling you to do? What are the simple variables, the mechanical variables?
To remember to breathe in and out.
Yes.
Out especially.
Mm-hmm. What do you do that you're not doing that? You hold your breaths?
Yeah, I don't know why.
But you do.
Mm-hmm.
She's not holding air
can
in
I
her
give
lungs, though. She's blowing out her air in her lungs.
Yeah, but I want to give her an explanation as to why she's concerned. You have a bad habit. You fear certain sounds that your voice won't come out. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What are those sounds that you fear?
I think I have problem with the hard C's. I'm not doing it right now, but
The hard C's are a K.
like Claudio.
Yeah, that's a K.
A hard vowel sound,
Right, those are
consonant
called
sound.
plosives. PD, KD, and so forth. Those are called plosives. But you're not alone. Did you know that SD cases, spasmodic dysphonia cases, fear that?
Probably, yeah.
Did you have any speech therapy?
Mm-hmm.
What do they tell you to do?
Relax, work on my breathing.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a lot of strange exercises. I even had one where I went,
That's the glottal fry.
Yeah.
That's last week before you showed up, we had the young man, Scott, who was told to, I asked him why he was told to do that. He didn't know. Did it help? No, he said. Did it help you?
No, no.
Did they ever tell you to yawn and to sigh?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the yawn sigh game.
Did they ever
They
put
never
a golf ball
report a
in your
single
mouth
cure.
and tell you to suck on a golf ball or to eat peaches?
No, but someone told me to put rocks in my mouth.
Well, that's it. It's the golf ball. Your laugh is great.
Do you find that these techniques...
I like your voice when you talk on your laugh, because
when
your laugh is your voice.
you've been at a number of conferences and taken some people with very hopeless sounding voices in a matter of seconds and brought their voices into normal range. I said they've referred to you as the fastest gun in the West.
Right, that's in 1976 with a young lady known as Donna, who was a resident expert at the Houston Medical Center. Now, they brought me in, and the fellow introducing me at this meeting, Russ Malone, had a raspy voice, and he was putting me down, saying that Donna had worked with the minister for 9 months, and she couldn't get a clear voice. It was markedly raspy. He was sitting about 30 feet away. I do have good ears, and I heard him talking like that and so forth. And
That's Dr. Malone you're talking about?
No, the lady.
Okay.
The minister was talking like this, and Donna was alongside of him, if I recall correctly. And Malone had a brief introduction, calling me with a sarcastic tone, the fast gun from the West, that I can change your voice in seconds. So the minister stood up. I could hear what he was doing. And he would say, I'm talking like that. So my technique is I invented that. I discovered that in 1962 at UCLA Medical Center on the staff there. I knew what he was doing already. So I said very quickly, I know what he's doing wrong, and the audience gasped. And then I asked him to hum the first bar of Happy Birthday, which the minister wanted to sing. I said, no, just hum it. And his voice was right up there, and I said, now count to 10 on that hum. And he went 1, 2, 3, and his voice was as clear as could be, and the audience gasped. And that took 10 seconds. Now, the unfortunate problem is I made enemies, apparently, because he was breathing incorrectly, reverse, and I asked who taught him that. And he said, his speech guru. So when that was all over, that took all of about 20 seconds, and I was off the podium. One of the ladies in the audience said, you embarrassed Donna. Now, I love your laugh, but she worked with him for 9 months. Why are we taking so long to find the optimal pitch? How long does it take me to figure out where your voice is?
It didn't take very long. I think the first day I was there.
Right. And on the phone, I have a voice, right? You use a TDY, and you use an electric
larynx.
Tell us what it's about.
Ooh. Well, the electronic larynx I got from one of my therapists to assist me in talking on the telephone. As a resident of California, we're entitled to devices if we have a speech disorder
What
or
does it
you're
sound
deaf.
like?
Sounds like Darth Vader.
Yes.
It's pretty
They're very
gnarly.
artificial sounding.
Yes,
aren't they?
it's robotic. It is frightening. I taught esophageal voice. That's frightening. I show people who have been laryngectomized how to talk normally with belched air. You can do that and sound good. The second thing you use is a TDY. What is that?
That is a device. It's like a typewriter, but it's hooked up to telephone lines, and I type in my message, and then it goes to an operator. She reads the message, and then
Is that your
reads it to-
SD coming in?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe.
Can I suggest?
Yeah.
What do you suggest? I'm suggesting that when you're on process, when you're thinking about what you're going to do, and you're really focused on it, you can talk up in the face. And when you get into content, as I'm getting you to do, you're slipping.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Okay.
This is your performance voice, and it sounds great. People will say, why are you here talking with your...
My family won't say that. They know why I'm here, because they can't understand me normally.
What happens to your voice? Does it go up or down?
I think down. Yeah.
Goes down? Well, I heard you on the phone.
But it'll go down, but I have talked without my breath. You talk about the inhale. I have been to the point where I can't get it out. And then I go, oh, I got it. I can
That's
talk
right.
on the inhale.
You're talking on inhalation, donkey breathing, reverse breathing.
Right, donkey breathing.
So the breathing is important, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, you have to breathe.
Yeah, but you don't.
I can't get it out. Sometimes it's just stuck.
Yeah, believe it or not, if you don't talk on air, Dr. Curtis, you cannot talk. Believe it or not, Ripley, and people with your condition do not talk on air. They hold their breaths, they reverse their breathing, they do everything under the sun that's not normal, and they're trying to talk. So I'm telling you something that the medical people are ignoring, and this is what they're saying. Your breathing problem is due to a dystonia, due to a neurological problem, and there's no point of working on it. That's Izdebski at UC San Francisco. I've spoken with him about it. So they're writing you off, and they see no future for you able to talk. You are talking so normally and naturally for the most part, right? 95, 99%. People listening to you would never, ever say, you have spasmodic dysphonia.
No, they shouldn't.
Because you're concentrating.
Yeah, but you can recognize it just now. Did
Yes.
you hear that little?
Yeah. But it gets much worse.
Oh, yes.
Can you imitate the much worse spasmodic dysphonia?
I don't want to. No, I can't right now.
Try it, just for about 2 or 3 seconds.
time is it? Yeah.
So it goes into that. Dr. Curtis, she can control the voice. The medical community is saying she can't do what she just did. So my take on this is that you're doing no harm by using your natural voice, and ear, nose, and throat doctors have taken a note, do no harm in natural healing. That's what I'm into. And the medical community as a whole is being led down the wrong road, saying that you are a diseased person. They don't know where it is, the basal ganglia, genetic dysphonia. Do you follow? And taking control away from you. But I'm giving you the control back, and I'm giving you a hope for a possible cure, but you can't hold it all the time, right? Because it varies, as you say, when you're in the restaurant last night, no voice. But you know there is a voice, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, if this were disabled through faulty neurology, would you say that she could turn the voice on and off like this?
No, she couldn't do it. So what do you make of the medical community holding on to a paradigm?
This is a very powerful paradigm. Back in 1962, for 90 years, since this guy Traub first described this as nervous hoarseness in 1871, 90 years elapsed, and they suggested these were psychiatric problems.
Yeah. They never had
Early
one single cure.
1960s.
They haven't had one single cure, no matter how they've found the paradigm.
Do you know in the early 60s they changed the paradigm to one of faulty neurology? And that study that they based it on by Rowe, Brumlick, and Moore was only a study that involved 10 patients.
And it was suggestive. It never said that you had neurological. But the medical
But do you know how few
picked up
10 patients are to draw any kind of
position.
inferences from research?
Is she asking me or you?
I'm just asking. Do you know that any other research in any branch of medicine in which any kind of a change of theory or paradigm, according to Kuhn, would take place simply because somebody has a study that suggests something with 10,
Don't you think they're a little
an N of 10?
Don't you think that's a little thin, Doctor? Thin. In other words, but in the study, they did not say it's neurological. The hypothesis was suggestive, possibly, it was neurological. In 4, I believe, of 10 cases. Now, you're disproving their very simple paradigm, which they've never proven conclusively. They can't find the site of neurological dysfunction. They can't find it in the basal ganglia, which is the leading cause. They can't find it in genetics. They can't find it. They also say today acid reflux. Are you on acid reflux of any kind? Were you told to take acid reflux drugs?
Yes, but before my voice was strangled.
Before
as bad as it has gotten
Right.
early on.
Now you're going down the lower throat, right? Mm-hmm. Can you change it?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yes. All
Now,
right.
which
we have
way does she need
40
to go?
seconds left, yeah.
Which way do you think she needs? She says that she needs to go down with her voice.
Yes, she does. I tell her.
Why does your field, who listens to these voices, not know whether they should go up or down? I mean, that's saying that the field is upside down.
It is.
They don't know whether to go up or down.
It is. What are you laughing about that?
Well,
Claudia?
he tells me to go down when I get real high
That's
pitch.
right.
I get overly. I go way up.
Time to go. Way up is not the place to go. It's a pleasure. Your name is?
Claudius Esmondi.
You can do it. Your name, sir?
It's John Curtis.
I'm Mort Cooper, your host. Thank you very much. The Lady Killers. Bye-bye.